Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. I'm Terry Price.
And I am Harold Presley.
And you've tuned into our season finale episode of The Spook Show. Welcome.
Man, it's been a great season. I've had a good time doing this. First time we've ever done anything like this, and it's been a lot of fun. What it is, people, if you don't know, if you haven't checked it out before, it's just a regular guy look at, the spooky, the paranormal, the weird stuff you can't explain, stuff that, make go bump in the night or makes you go back to your room and say, I ain't coming out just yet.
That's right.
And for me, that's pretty much everything. No, not really. I'm not. Terry picks on me a lot, but I'm not that scared. I'm not that scared. It's just a couple of things get to me.
Yeah. Hey, that video you sent me on TikTok of the guys who walk into the house,
What?
and their cousins trying to tell them this place is haunted, man.
Yeah.
And they're all thug and everything.
Thug and everything. Oh, man, nothing scared me, man.
Come on out here,
man.
And then the chandelier moves, and they're all screaming and running.
And say, no, they're screaming out. That was pretty funny. That's pretty funny. I like stuff like that. And if you want to follow us, we want you to follow us and like us. You can catch us on any platform that has podcasts on it. We're on there. And as a matter of fact, if you listen to the podcast now and if you're viewing it, we've got links up there.
That's right.
And you go to YouTube page, there's links there as well. And like us on Facebook, you can get links there as well.
That's right. And tonight being our finale episode for 2021, we are recording live from a live haunted house.
That's right. Now, we're here in Bryan, Texas. If you're listening to this worldwide, it goes out everywhere. We're in Bryan, Texas. And, of course, this year they're doing Fright Nights again. And we have here, she is the person that knows everything about it. Okay, and she can tell us more about it. Miss Cindy.
She's a know-it-all for sure.
That's right. Cindy, how are you doing?
I am doing beautiful. Thank you, Harold.
I love your outfit.
Thank you.
Did you put it together yourself?
I did.
I did.
Well, hey, when I said we were at a haunted house, I just want to reiterate here that it's a haunted house put on by a local group here for a fundraiser, right?
Fundraiser, great cause.
Right, wonderful charity.
Our show is usually about the real ghosts and stuff and everything, but we thought it'd be fun to come out and hang out, talk to the people who are going in and coming out.
Yeah.
And Cindy, tell us who this fundraiser benefits.
Right. Well, this year we're benefiting Trinity Oaks and Star Kids. The great charity. Trinity Oaks takes people that are terminally ill or battling life-threatening illnesses on hunts and fishing trips at no cost to that person.
Oh, nice.
And Star Kids takes children of fallen heroes, not just police officers, veterans, firefighters. They take those kids on hunting trips and fishing trips, and everything that child uses, they get to take back with them. So we're raising money to help them be able to give that to those children and be able to take anyone that has maybe a life-threatening illness. They like to, their last kind of make-a-wish.
That's
nice.
That's fantastic.
That's pretty awesome.
Now, our show is about, it's kind of like the everyday guy talking, just sitting around a campfire talking about paranormal and scary stuff. What scares you, Cindy?
Have you ever had anything happen that you couldn't explain that kind of got you?
Yeah. Several things.
Drop one of those nuggets on us. Okay?
Wait. You have a shop.
That's right.
Your business is Downtown Bryan. Now, we've talked about Downtown Bryan before in another episode.
Yeah, we did. One of our previous episodes.
Have you experienced something kind of spooky?
I have. Downtown is very haunted. It's not just one store.
Wow, you say that with a lot of conviction, like there's no doubt about it in your mind.
There is no doubt about it. We started this in the basement of the LaSalle when we did it. Went nationwide, I guess you want to call it.
Yeah.
I actually started in my garage and then met up with Cindy Peasley, which I think y'all spoke to.
We had her on. We did.
My other daughter, Colleen, worked at the LaSalle, and I was in there several times, and lights would be going on and off, and she's like, Mom, stop, I'm not done, I'm not ready to close up yet. I said, Colleen, I'm just sitting here. And so the LaSalle had several things happen, but my shop down on the north end, the LaSalle's on the south end, I had a late customer one night, and we were visiting and actually sitting in my rocking chairs, and they were all construed and messed up, and I said, I'll get it tomorrow. I already stayed 30 minutes past closing. The next morning I walked in, I put my key in the door, and at the time I didn't have a tinted window. I looked in, all my rockers were lined perfectly back up again.
No way.
Sent chills down my spine.
So nobody came in like in the middle of the night or
I'm the
early?
only one that has a key.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
And,
that would have freaked me out.
You actually have a friendly
I
ghost.
have a friendly ghost. But he or she, they also like to turn my lights on sometimes when I know I have turned them all off. And I've come in before and I'm like, Now, I know I turned these lights off. Why are they on?
Yeah, but Cindy, I do that all the time at
I'm not
home,
that
and
old,
it's just
Terry.
because I'm old.
I'm not that old.
You
but
forget.
I've got to tell you a really good one. This didn't
Okay.
happen in Bryan College Station, and it just happened here recently. We stayed at the Tarpon Inn in Port Aransas. It is the oldest hotel on the island.
Yeah.
Colleen was with us. Carla was coming in the next day. Craig and I had an upstairs room.
And Craig's your husband.
Craig is my husband. Colleen and Carla had the downstairs. Well, it's considered a haunted hotel.
Yeah.
That's one reason we wanted to stay there. Colleen said, Mom, I don't want to sleep in here by myself tonight. I said, okay, I'll stay with you. So I stayed with her. 3:45 in the morning, we hear this kaboom. I thought somebody had ran into the hotel. Nothing. We go back to sleep. Next morning, Carla comes, so Carla and Colleen are in that room. That night, upstairs, Craig and I, room right above them, 3:45, kaboom, our bed collapses.
Really?
Same exact time. And
Oh, my goodness.
I did not know anything. And Craig's like, it's an old bed. It happens.
Yeah.
So we just put the mattress on the floor. I was laying facing the bathroom. All of a sudden, I smelt the smell of jasmine. And I said, just open your eyes. Just do it. Just open your eyes. I opened my eyes. I kid you not, the smell went away. I looked the next morning. There was no way that bed broke. It was a hook system. It would have had to have lifted up and come out.
And come out of it.
Come out. So I went downstairs to tell the lady at the lobby, and I said, I smelt something. She said, was it jasmine?
Oh.
I said, how did you know? She said, that's the #1 smell we get.
Wow.
And she said, I didn't want to tell you when you checked in, but your room is the most haunted.
Really?
Wow.
And of course, my husband didn't believe me. He said, no, it had to be a reason the bed collapsed.
Well, he's one of those. He looks for the logical
he
reason.
looks
That's
for
me.
the logical
I'm always looking for the
reasons.
logical
Yes,
reason
yes.
that something
Yeah.
happened.
But I feel like spirits can be good spirits, and
Yeah.
I think they can be mischievous.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it's fun, and I enjoy it, and I love your show. I think this is amazing.
Oh, well, thank you.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
we love doing it. And thanks for letting us come out and be a part of this evening.
Oh,
Yeah.
well,
It's great.
thank you so much. We enjoy it.
We're kind of feeling our way through this first season. We've learned a lot since we first
Yeah.
started, and hopefully next season, which is going to be probably the last part of January, first part of February, maybe
Something like that. Yeah.
Okay.
We'll start season 2. But so far, it's been a lot of fun. We've had a lot of
Good.
good episodes. We've had some really scary stories told,
And never
It's
mind the
amazing.
noises in the background. We are on location, people. I know normally we're in the studio
are
recording,
outside.
but you hear the car noises, you hear people. We're on location. So
If
just so you know.
if you hear any screaming or yelling or anything,
that-
Just ignore
That
that.
might be me. I saw a rat or something, okay? Come on,
I
man.
tell you, those came over with Charles LaSalle.
Oh, is that what happened? Okay. You'll have a lot.
Yes.
I walked through the haunted house wax museum here, and I tell you, it made me jump a little bit. Couple of times. Couple times you got me.
I'm
So,
glad.
You did.
We love
it's good.
having
It's good.
you.
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, I could hear the "Come on, man" out here.
Why they got to be rats in here?
Right? I love it. Well, thank you guys for coming out.
Well, thank you, Cindy, for doing what you're doing for the community, and thank you for providing a fun place for us to come and do our final episode of 2021.
2021.
Definitely.
Yeah, I know you got to go because you got people
I've got
getting ready to go in,
customers.
so you want to take care of
Okay.
them.
All right. Thanks, guys.
All right, thank you, Cindy. Thank you. And man, we're going to be here a little while longer, and we're going to be talking about our season.
Yeah.
Some of the shows and everything. So
Yeah.
what was a highlight for you? They were all good. I loved them all.
Well,
but one that stuck out, it sticks in your mind.
I think my favorite episodes were the Bigfoot Night episodes.
Yeah, the one that really we had a lot of listeners for that
Yeah,
one. That was
yeah.
it was a big one for us.
It was a good one, and you know
it was good, too.
The comments that we got on it, this guy sounds like he was really there. I mean,
Yeah.
we can tell that he's
can
very
tell
sincere in what
yeah.
he's saying and everything like that. And
He's not
it
trying
was-
to hype it up or anything.
It
like
was
that.
just a really, really. It's a two-parter.
Yeah,
Both
two-parter.
episodes are really good. The stories are really good, and he told it so well. In fact, for season 2, I'm going to give you guys a little sneak peek here.
Uh-oh.
Season 2, Harold and I
Yep.
we have the opportunity to actually get to go to this property where he had these sightings.
Yeah.
And
We're gonna try to make our way up there and check that out. And,
Get some pictures,
get some
maybe,
pictures,
and
maybe and put them up, and
do an episode.
maybe get record a little stuff up there. So we'll see. We'll see what happens.
see what
with that.
happens.
I'm gonna try to make that
That'll
happen.
That'll be in our season 2 in 2022
Yeah.
and 2022.
I just can't. That just didn't seem right to me.
That's-
2020. That sounds like some science fiction stuff right there when we
That's-
say that. I mean, 2022. That's nuts.
2022
it's
is a good
nuts.
time to have a season 2, I think.
That is 2020. Also, a bunch of twos in there. Okay, two. You talked about the thing in the past year, the story in the past year that stuck out with you. The one for me was the one we did. Portsmouth, is that what it was?
Portsmouth, Virginia.
In
Yeah.
Virginia, the haunted house there was a 2-part show. That really freaked me out.
Yeah.
You know, especially the story that the one woman told, how she was looking in her bathroom mirror and she's brushing her teeth, and all of a sudden she sees somebody walk behind her in the mirror.
In the mirror.
I couldn't look in my mirror for like a week after that. I mean, forget that, man.
I tell you, we've had some great shows and we've had some great guests.
Yeah.
And we've got a guest.
We got more
with us right now.
And to remind people again, we're on location here in Bryan at Haunted House.
Fright Night.
Fright Night Haunted House, Wax Museum. It's in Bryan here. We got a couple of people that just went through. Lee is right here. You just went through this thing, and Missy, we're going to talk to her in a second, too. Lee, how you doing, man?
I'm doing great.
Now, Lee is well known here in town. He's a local comedian.
Yes, sir.
He's doing a lot of stuff here. And Lee, you first of all, how was it going through it? Tell us about the haunted house here.
So here's the thing. I went behind Misty. So the whole time's like she's freaking out, getting scared, and I'm like, oh, that's awesome. Like I didn't get scared once. Like nobody jumped out at me because Misty went in first. So.
Yeah.
She's the sacrificial lamb,
They made you
she's
go
like
first.
the pawn in the chessboard.
Okay. No, go ahead. We're right behind you. We got you.
Yeah, I'm right behind you.
I got
Misty.
you.
Right behind you.
Harold and I have known Lee since he was just a little guy.
Oh, yeah. He was a little guy. Yeah. Known him a long time. I've actually known his whole family a long time.
Yeah.
The whole family.
Yeah, everybody. Yeah.
Now, you told me you had a funny, spooky story.
You got a story for us.
So I perform in downtown Bryan.
Yep.
So I'm hanging out there. Got done with my set, feeling good.
Now, this is third floor cantina.
Third floor cantina.
Again, third floor cantina. We've heard a lot of spooky stories about third floor
cantina.
Yeah.
And so, so I'm outside. I'm enjoying the fresh air.
Yeah.
And everything. And one of the things I like to do for the comedy show, I like to be the barker. That's to get the people. Hey, we're doing a comedy show upstairs.
Okay.
Trying to drum in business and whatnot. Well, I see this couple walking by, beautiful couple, and I was like, hey, we've got a comedy show going on. They're like, oh, actually, we're working right now. I was like, oh, what do you do? They're like, oh, we do a haunted tour of downtown Bryan.
Oh,
And
okay.
I said, oh, are there ghosts in downtown Bryan? And they said, absolutely. I was like, well, that's funny because I've lived here my whole life and I've only heard of one ghost.
Yeah.
And they were like, which one is it? And I was just like, no, I'm just playing with you. The downtown Bryan's not haunted, but I like the business idea.
Yeah.
And they were like, no. Like, so at the Plaza Hotel, there's on the 10th floor, there's a ghost. And I'm like, no, there's not. That's just a homeless man. Like they've investigated that. I'm just shooting holes in their stories. I didn't know that they were actually doing a tour.
Oh, you thought they were just,
Yeah, I thought they were just like people I know. They were on an actual ghost tour.
Oh,
It was
they
one
were-
of their first ones, and I pretty much ruined their business.
Oh, my goodness.
Shame on you, Lee.
Yes.
Well, hey, that third floor
That's great.
cantina, Harold and I have been in there many
Yes.
times. We both performed in there a lot. That place,
There's some spooky stuff
that
in
place
there.
is
Yeah.
kind of spooky.
I'm telling you, man, there is.
Now, I had heard rumor that the third floor cantina does have a ghost up there. Like sometimes the bartenders will be getting ready for their shift, and as one of the bottles will move.
Yep.
Yeah. I've heard that kind of stuff
and
before.
or like a cup will fall off the ledge, and it's not even close to the ledge. Like I've even seen that too.
Yeah.
Like I'm just hanging out at the bar before a show, and a cup that has no business falling off the ledge.
yeah.
All of a sudden,
It falls.
Boom!
It
doesn't
falls.
break, but it
falls.
falls.
I've,
So
seen,
you're just-
I've seen weird stuff in there too. How did you enjoy the haunted house?
I was supposed to be holding Lee's hand to keep him, calm.
Yeah, first of all, they pushed you out first,
pushed
right?
me out first,
Okay.
screaming, "It's Missy, and the polka dots." Thanks, guys. Thanks for warning them. I'm coming through.
All right.
What scares you? Do you believe in ghosts or the paranormal at all?
Oh, heck yeah.
She likes scary stuff. I can
I
testify to
love
that.
Well, what scares you the most? What kind of scary movies scare you the most?
The jumping out.
There was a lot of that in here.
Yeah,
So
there's a
you
lot.
screamed a lot then.
I
Okay.
did.
Okay.
I did.
Okay.
I wasn't trying to, but I did.
Yeah. Because I went through it, and you know me. I went through it. I jumped. Whoa!
Yeah.
And they got rats in there.
No.
Oh, yeah. They got rats in there. You know I don't like rats.
I know you
don't like no
don't.
damn rats. If a rat came up here right now, my part of the
Harold's
podcast will be
out.
over.
Harold's
Harold's
out.
in the car. I'm gone.
He's done.
I'm taking my mic, and I'm out of here,
Finished.
okay? No, forget
Well,
that, man.
Well, thank you for talking to us. We appreciate
it
it,
was so
and
fun.
glad you had a good time in there.
We did.
We're all about the spooky stuff here. At
Yes,
the
we
Spook
are.
Show.
That's what we're all about. Thank you, Missy.
Thank you.
So that just emphasizes. I forget what the numbers are, but there is a large percentage of Americans who actually believe in the paranormal.
Yeah.
In fact, there's more so than people who don't believe in some sort of paranormal
Yeah.
thing. Now, you ask them if they believe in Bigfoot. A lot of people say, no, I don't.
No,
believe
man, you're
in
crazy.
Bigfoot.
You don't know about no Bigfoot. No.
But UFOs and ghosts are the top thing. A lot of people believe that those things actually happen.
But as you know, I'm one of those people that I'm always trying, well, maybe this happened, maybe that happened. Sometimes you just can't explain things.
Well, and that's what I was trained to do. So it's debunked. But, again, there are those times that
There's stuff you just can't explain. You have no reason
find
for
a
it.
rational explanation for it.
And you know that, and I've seen you say that before. I've seen you admit and say, well, I don't know.
Yeah.
And that tells me right there that's something to it. Because
then
you
again,
say, I don't know, Harold. I just don't know.
I do need to emphasize, I'm not an expert.
Yeah.
In this, and I don't know that there are such things. There's
yeah.
people that know a lot about the subject, but,
Yeah.
but nobody knows exactly what this stuff is, or like Bigfoot, nobody knows whether if it is real, what it is.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Exactly.
All right, I think the next thing we need to do is talk about our next favorite episode that we did.
Okay.
So, what about our very first episode that we ever did?
Oh, Eyes in the Dark.
Yeah, Eyes in the Dark.
Yeah.
I mean, that was kind of spooky. He kind of intimated that he thought it might be a Bigfoot, but he never really.
That's when he came home in the barn and
Yeah.
hit the side of the barn. It's really loud, and he didn't know what it was, and there was no mark or anything.
Right,
on it.
and he saw the eyes.
And the eyes, they were like
That were
what, like 7 feet in the air or something like that.
That was a good episode.
That would have. It was so funny that he's a professional photographer. And he got no pictures.
He was so
He
scared.
was so scared.
Had his phone
Had
in
his
his
phone in
hand.
his hand. He was shining the light, and he didn't take any pictures. People, you got to go back and check that episode out. Okay.
Well, some people will say, well, that just means that he's just making it up. But honest to God, when you're that scared, you don't think about.
You're not thinking about taking a recording or taking pictures. You're thinking about what the hell is that?
Think about it. It's 2:00 in the morning.
Yeah.
You've been drinking a little.
He's had
bit,
a few. Yeah.
And you're standing there in the woods.
Yeah.
In the dark.
In the dark.
And there's this thing breathing heavy at you, and its eyes.
And
are
you see
glowing.
eyes.
Yeah.
And he stood there.
I would forget not to mess my pants up. I think.
Oh no, Harold wouldn't have been there. I would have gone. I'm in the house. I'm running to the house, man. Y'all crazy as hell. I'm out of there.
If you haven't listened to our earlier episodes, go check it out. We've had some great guests. We are at the Fright Nights Haunted House here in Bryan,
Texas.
And we have a guest.
Just came out of the haunted house.
So what's your name?
Julie.
And did you like the haunted house?
It was great. They did a great job.
Yeah.
Great job?
Yep, my friend was choking me the whole time.
Isn't that what a haunted house is all about? Getting choked when you go through it? That's what it's all about.
Absolutely.
I want to see who the hell I can choke.
So you said before you went in that you have a real ghost
story, some kind of story.
I do have a real ghost story.
Will you tell
us about it?
Sure. So when I was 15, I grew up in Florida, but my parents had a friend that lived in Maine. And went up for the summer to stay a week in Maine with my mother's friend. They had an old house that had been around since Washington's time.
Wow.
It's a really old house.
That is old house.
Yeah, the upstairs, like all the rooms were attached, no hallways, like real old. And the attic was on the same floor as everything.
Yeah.
They were having a family reunion, and they had me sleeping on a mattress downstairs in like a kind of like a music room. Just off of the kitchen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was one of the first nights I was there. I'm laying on the mattress, and her daughter was there and sleeping next to me. And it was right around the corner from the kitchen. And they had left the light on in the kitchen so we could find our way around at night.
Yeah.
And I woke up, and this old man just kind of walked out of the kitchen, and he had on a great coat. Now, this was summer.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Somebody lived in the house?
Well, I don't know, because again, they were having a family reunion.
Oh, this old man you didn't know.
I didn't know him.
Okay.
I hadn't met
Okay.
him, but there were people coming and going, and there was a lot. The house was full.
So it could have been somebody that you
Could have
hadn't
been
seen.
somebody I hadn't seen. They came in late or whatever.
Okay.
So I didn't think anything of it. It was just an old guy.
Yeah.
Had a great coat on, and he had like not a bowler hat, but an old-fashioned style hat.
Yeah.
On.
But wouldn't that have been kind of a clue right there? Kind of dressing out a period.
It was like 2 or 3 in the morning. I wasn't really awake.
Okay.
So, but I look up, I see him, he walks out of the kitchen, and there was a piano sitting not too far from the mattress we were sleeping on. He sat at the piano.
Yeah.
And he just sat there. He didn't play it. He sat there for a second. He smiled at me. I could see him plain as I can see you.
Yeah.
And then he got up, walked into the kitchen, and that was Dad, I thought. And so.
But he never said anything to you.
He never said anything to me.
Okay, all
Now,
right.
again, it was like 2, 3 in the morning, so I'm thinking, oh, this is just another family member came in from out of town, got here late.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
So the next morning, I brought it up to my mom's friend, and I said, hey, there was an old guy that came in last night, and she just looked at her sibling that lived there also, and she said, oh, he doesn't usually show himself to people, and I was like, what are you talking about? She's like, that guy is not here. He shows up every once in a while. We don't know who he is, and it's just an old guy just wanders around the house.
Wow.
So.
Wow. We've heard that before, though, Harold. He looked just like you and me right now,
Yeah,
right?
plain as day.
But he never spoke to you.
Never spoke to
But
me. Was not dressed appropriately.
And y'all just went back to bed like,
Well,
nothing
again,
happened. I'm just going to go back
it
to
was-
bed.
I thought it was weird.
I'd have packed my bags and I got the hell out of
thought
there.
But there
Come
was,
on, man.
There
No,
was
come
nothing
on.
scary about him. That
It
was
wasn't?
just He's
Other than the
like-
fact that this strange man that
well,
you don't
the
know
next
is walking
day
around
when
the
I
house.
found out that he wasn't really there, then I was a little bit troublesome, and I didn't want to hang out
He's
anymore.
walking around his...
We have heard this time
Yeah, we've heard a
and
lot.
time
We have-
again from people who've been on our show.
Yeah.
And they've seen these people, and they say they look just like you and me right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they had no idea it was a ghost until somebody told them it was a ghost. Thought they were dressed a little funny most cases.
They were just funny, yeah.
Yeah.
But that's crazy.
Well, and he was an older gentleman too, so I was like, I was 15. I thought all older
yeah.
people dressed funny.
And wore bowlers.
And
And-
it wasn't a bowler,
or an
it was-
old
but
style
it was
hat.
an older style.
Or just even a hat.
But he was an old
Now,
guy.
did he play the piano? Did you say
He did not play.
He didn't play.
He just sat at the bench,
He just sat there.
turned and smiled, and
That
then
is kinda
got up
strange.
and walked away.
Right.
Wow.
Yep.
Okay.
Wow, that's crazy.
It was a little bit
That's
crazy.
nuts.
Well, thank you for sharing your story with us. We really appreciate
Absolutely.
that.
Yeah.
That was an awesome story.
All the way from Florida here to Bryan, Texas. That was pretty awesome.
I'm having a ball out here
Yeah, this is
at
great.
Fright Night's Haunted House here in Bryan, Texas.
2021.
They're going to be here next weekend, too. That'll be October...
The 29th, 30th, and 31st.
That's right.
That's a Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
So, if you're listening to this show prior to
Yeah, you can make plans. Come on out.
Here in 2021.
Yeah, it's
come on
$10 to go through it, and it's worth it. I went through it myself, and it had a bunch of jump scares in there that got me a little bit too. So I got, including the little rats all over the place. So that bothered me.
And don't forget that if you're listening to us on YouTube, just be sure you go down and click on that subscribe button, because it will also let you know when we have new episodes. And we got new episodes coming up in probably February of 2022. Did you think, Harold?
Yeah, something like that. And if you haven't caught up to all the episodes that we have uploaded now, catch up. Just go and start from the beginning and listen to them again.
That's the beauty of this.
Get
is that
spooked again.
You can go back and start from the beginning.
Get spooked again like we did last summer. I don't know where that came from. I'm feeling goofy now. It's the haunted house that got me, man. We've been doing this haunted house out here.
Yeah.
And this has been a lot of fun. It's the first time we've done an on the road recording, and it's been a lot of fun doing this. And again, we've met a lot of people out here, and a lot of people are going to be checking out our podcast. We want you to check it out. And when you do, don't just listen and spread the word, but leave us a comment, leave us a like, and subscribe to our page. That kind of thing. We love all of that.
Yeah, that subscribe is really, really important to get our numbers up.
We'll get those numbers up.
We'll get out there on the web browsers and stuff like that. The more subscriptions we have, the more we'll show up on the web browsers, and more people will find out about us. So that's
and I will mention this again. You'll see when you go to our pages and our link tree, if you're looking for swag. Some people have asked us that. They come out here and see our T-shirts we're wearing and say, "Where'd you get that shirt?" Well, we have access for you to get this shirt too.
That's right.
So look for that. So all kinds of T-shirts, koozies, mugs, caps, all kinds of things are up there. You can check that out and find something for yourself or gift. We got the holidays coming up, so you might want to give a gift to somebody.
Hey, make a great spooky gift.
That's right. Somebody just came out.
Yeah, I hope everybody's having a good time tonight on this episode. Ooh, they're having a great time.
They're having a great time. A spooky time. We tell people to don't get spooked, but they got spooked.
That's right.
Probably them damn rats in there. That's what it was,
If you've got your own spooky story that you'd like to share with us and get maybe even get your own episode on the Spook Show, then be sure that you send your story to us
at pricepressershow@gmail.com. So send us a spooky story there, and it can be of anything. That doesn't have to be a ghost story. You say, "Well, I don't have any ghost stories." Well, if you had maybe you had a Bigfoot encounter or something like that,
Or a UFO
something
sighting.
weird. Yeah, you were out and you looking up at the sky, and you saw some weird lights or something
Yeah.
spooked you, or anything like that.
That's right. Just send us your story, and if it's spooky enough, and if you
got a lot of them, we might have you on the show.
That's right. If Harold shivers, then we might have you come on the show and be one of our guests.
If it's got anything to do with rats in it, I'm going to be shivering.
That's it. That's your assignment. We need spooky stories about giant mutant rats.
That's ridiculous. Okay.
Well, I've had a pretty good time tonight. Have you?
Had a fantastic time. Been a good time out here meeting people face to face that have listened to our podcast, and they come up and say, "Well, this is nice to meet you guys face to face." And we're looking forward to the new season you got coming up next year, and that's what we're doing. We're closing out the season with this particular episode.
That's right.
But it's been nice being out here live and on location, doing it here in Bryan, Texas.
You know what? We talked about past episodes that we all really enjoyed, but I have to say, one of the last ones we did was, even though he gave me a hard time, was with my dad when he was talking about the Choctaw legends. And
your dad was great. Archie, he was great, man. He telling tales on they weren't tales, they were true stories about Terry.
Supposedly.
I'm going to believe your dad on these, okay? I'm going to take his word for it, all right?
And we had the prison guard. Remember the prison guard captain?
Oh, man, that was some good stuff there. Especially, I just remember that story when he was talking about walking the guys down, to the basement level, and they stopped.
They were by the execution room, the old execution room.
And all the prisoners that said, "Well, we're not going any further."
Yeah.
And then he got down there and he wouldn't even look through the window.
Yeah. They said it was just some kind of weird
He just had a feeling. He just,
You need to, if you haven't listened to that Tales from the Maximum Security Prison, you need to go back and listen to
check that out as well.
It's 2 episodes, actually. He had so many stories.
Yeah, we did. We had a 2-parter on that one. Yeah.
So, but it's been a great season. I've really enjoyed it. And we've had some great guests. We've had Ken Gerhardt, Bigfoot enthusiast and investigator. And, of course, he investigates a lot of other things, too, like the Mothman.
Mothman, all those things.
The Big Bird and Chupacabra and stuff like that.
And we plan on having him come back because he didn't get to. It was just a tip of the iceberg of some of the stuff he told us about. We'll have him back in future episodes.
We had Lyle Blackburn on the show also, he's an author as well, and he's researched very extensively the legend of Boggy Creek and all of that. So, hey, I forgot to tell all you folks, Harold came over
we watched
a week or so ago, and we watched the legend of Boggy Creek not too long ago.
We watched it, but I don't remember. I wasn't as scared as I was when I saw it. When I was younger.
When you're 6 or 7, that's a very scary
it scared
movie.
the hell out of me there, but it's like, but it was a couple. The one with the when he put his arm through the window, that got me. Again. And I knew it was coming. I'm going like I wasn't ready for it. I jumped.
My favorite part watching it with you is whenever they started singing those little songs.
Oh gosh,
the look on your face.
Is it really? This song is in this movie? I didn't remember this at all. I mean, wow, this is not even close to being, right for this movie, but we laughed about it. We both laughed about it. It was funny.
Fun.
It was hilarious.
We had a little drink. You had Coke and rum, and I had Diet Dr. Pepper and rum.
But the rum and that was some good rum.
Yes, it was.
I just want to say that get that on record.
Santa Claus gives that to me every year.
Santa did a good job. Thank you, Santa.
Well, listen, I hope that you've had a good time this season. Harold, it's been a joy and a lot of fun doing this podcast with you. And
Same here. I'm glad we started doing this.
Yeah.
We've been wanting to do something together forever, and I'm glad we started this. I'm looking forward to to next year.
Yeah,
having many more episodes.
Me too. So, folks, there won't be any new live episodes until 2022. But go back and listen to the episodes you haven't heard, and listen to the episodes you've already listened to again. But just this time, leave us a comment. Subscribe to our channel so that when we do start up season 2, you'll be notified. And send us your spooky stories. We've got time now to read a bunch of stories and determine what ones we want to have on the show. And if you'll send those to us, we'll do our research the next couple of months, and you may get a phone call from us.
That's right.
If you'd like to be on the show, be sure you include your phone number.
Your contact information, how we can get a hold of you. Yeah. And that's PricePresleyShow@gmail.com.
And don't forget, we won't give out your name if you don't want us to. It'll be totally anonymous. We'll call you by a different name or whatever. Or even if you just want us to read your story, we can do that too. And we can change the name. And we definitely don't want to give out the exact locations, because then you get a lot of looky-loos. And
that's that guy that talked about that thing he saw in the woods. Yeah. I know him.
That's right.
I don't know about that guy.
We'll keep you perfectly anonymous if you wish to be. And we're looking forward to season 2.
Yes, we are.
It's going to be a lot of fun. fun and hopefully even more spooky than this one was. Because we were just, this is our first time ever
Yes.
doing a podcast.
Yes.
We're just learning how to do that. I think we've got a pretty good handle on it now, though.
We got it.
Yeah.
We're getting there. We're getting there.
right.
Yes, sir.
Well, I think that's just about all the time we have for this episode of the Price and Presley Spook Show. We hope everybody's enjoyed season 1, and we hope you'll come back for season 2. I'm Terry Price.
I am Harold Presley.
Don't get spooked.